Shania Adams. Professor Pena would like you to know it was great having you in class. You never gave up, and now it's time to celebrate your accomplishment. Kimberly Alcantara. Professor Gruen would like you to know your courage and participation in swimming paid off. You learned to swim and overcame your fear of water. She is very proud of you. Jayandri Aquino Batista. Professor Wang would like you to know you are such a joy to be around. You are always so curious and work so hard for what you want. She will miss you so much. Yusuf Arashi. Dean Canals would like you to know you did it. He is so proud of you. It was a pleasure having you at the school. He knows you will keep on achieving greatness. He thanks you for being such a fun intern, making sure those hallways were clear, and making it fun during the process. Lisbeth Batista. Dean Canals would like you to know that you did a great job on achieving this goal. He remembers you telling him that you were going to do this. You put your mind to it, and you did it. He is so proud of you. Imani Benbow. Professor Bystrak would like you to know you never are afraid to jump in and get involved. She always knew she could count on you to ask the tough questions and bring insight into class discussions. Even though those early mornings were tough, you always showed up with a smile and willingness to work hard. Kappa's so lucky to have had you here with us. Gifty Buono. Professor Krantz would like you to know you are a powerhouse of intention and spirit. Trust your mind, continue to put that beautiful soul into everything you do, and all will be well. The direction you give and take will always be spot on when acting from a place of heart. You are a privilege to learn from. Kenny Cabrera. Professor Cockrell would like you to know that he appreciates the conversations after school so much. You have an ability to pause, reflect, and relate to other people that is unique in this fast-paced world. Your compassion benefits everyone you meet. Congratulations on all you have achieved. Carlicia Calderon. Professor Rinker would like you to know your creativity and way of making art is so unique and personal. Never stop creating. You will only get better as time goes on. Congratulations on graduating and completing IB. She is so very proud of you and was honored to be your teacher for 2 years. Reina Campos. Professor Wang would like you to know that you have made so much growth in high school and she is so proud of the person you have become. Please keep being you. Damian Kinsella. Professor Van Etten would like to thank you for always sharing your ideas and opinions both in class and in the hallways. Your questions and comments improved the learning in the algebra class, and the conversations made our days brighter. Good luck in your future. Damian Clark. Professor Piven would like you to know that you brightened her day every time you walked into the room with that smile, and with the courage to raise your hand and be willing to be wrong just to make others more comfortable. Good luck and stay in touch with your Kappa family. Veronica Coniglio. Professor Cockrell would like you to know that he truly admires your motivation, leadership, and care for the people around you. Kappa has benefited so much from your willingness to make change happen. Keep building the world you want to create. Jasmine Corsino. Professor Van Etten would like you to know that you are mature, confident, and ready for the world. Congratulations on all you have accomplished. Alexis Cordero Jr. Professor Van Etten would like you to never lose that big smile that can light up a room, and anytime you begin to doubt yourself, remember what you always told her. Don't worry, I'm going to get it done. Brandon Cruz. Professor Amel would like you to know you have been a great presence in the classroom since freshman year. Seeing your growth has been fantastic. Jeffrey DeLeon. Professor Paulson would like to wish you congratulations on setting your mind to a goal and sticking to it. Keep focused on the right goals and keep working hard to achieve them. Aminata Dime. Professor Lambertson would like you to know it has been such a pleasure being your counselor. She will miss you. Please keep in touch and do not lose your spark. Jennifer Diaz. Professor Cummings would like you to know, it was such a pleasure to teach you in 10th grade. You were always so warm and thoughtful, and she could always tell that even though you sometimes seemed quiet, you were really just thinking deeply about the situation at hand. Keep it up. She knows you will achieve your goals. Matthias Diaz. Professor Bystrak would like you to know that beneath a quiet exterior, you'll find intelligence, deep compassion, and a sharp wit. It has been an absolute privilege for her to get to know you this year. This is just step one of an amazing future ahead. Please stay in touch so we can all feel so cool to know you when you take over the world. Ruth Ahule. Professor Mallon would like you to know it's been a fantastic 4 years with you in chorus class. Your sense of humor and amazing smile light up the room. And your persistence in achieving a goal when you set your mind to it is unparalleled. Regardless of what career you pursue, never stop using that beautiful voice for singing. The world needs it. Brittany Estevez. Professor Trujillo would like to thank you for always being so optimistic. She always looked forward to your good morning to start her day. Jeremy Falloon. Professor Hart would like you to know you are a champion of the drums. It was a pleasure having you in percussion class. Keep drumming. He wishes you all the best in the future. Nicholas Ferrer. Professor Tan would like you to remember that you have always got this. You've grown so much, and you have a unique way of understanding the world. She knows you will continue to discover what life has to offer you. Jayshawn Francis. Professor Moore would like you to know that you not only balled on the court, but you were on point in class as well. He appreciates you for always bringing your A game both in and outside of class. With everything and anything you do, stay positive, think big, and give it 100%. Please keep in touch and enjoy life after high school. Brianna Franklin. Professor Lambertson would like you to know she is so proud of you. You never gave up on your dreams, and now you will be attending college. Yazri Gonzalez. Professor Pena would like to thank you for always making him laugh, for never giving up, and finally getting to where you needed to be. Eric Guaman. Professor Lambertson would like to thank you for helping her to become a better counselor. She is so happy for you and wishes you the best of luck in your career and college. Daisy Hernandez Neri. Professor CK would like you to know she loved teaching you in 10th grade and was always happy to see you in the hallway before school started. You were quiet but always funny and such a good friend. Congratulations. Alex Hernandez. Professor Van Etten would like you to know you have always been full of kind words, great ideas, and even better questions. Don't lose that sense of inquiry and curiosity. She wishes you great success in your future. You deserve it. Genesis Hernandez. Professor CK would like you to know you have always been great at making her laugh. She was impressed by all the hard work you did in January so you could graduate early and was happy to help you with your econ work. Congratulations. Amaya Hunt. Professor Boyle would like you to know you have been amazing since 9th grade. You have taken every science opportunity that Kappa has offered and even found some on your own. Your kindness and compassion show in everything that you do. She cannot wait to hear about all the great things you will accomplish. Saeed Islam. Professor Bystrak would like you to know your kindness, compassion, and sense of humor bring such a light to every room you're in. Keep making the world a better place. Keep laughing and stay in touch. Aminata Jayate. Professor Piven would like you to know your growth from 9th to 11th grade and now at graduation was a beautiful thing to watch. You are a special, brilliant, caring, thoughtful, aware human being, and she cannot wait to see what you do in this world. Sadia Jarin. Professor Rinker would like to wish you congratulations on graduation and completing IB. You worked so hard and she is very proud of you. She will miss your eagerness for knowledge on the background of various art techniques and skills. Never stop creating. Anderson Jimenez. Professor Van En would like you to know we are all so proud of all that you have accomplished. We know the road was not easy, but we also always knew that your intelligence and kindness would help you succeed. Congratulations. Arnulfo Jimenez. Professor Kamanga would like to recognize you for your determination and persistence in reaching your goals. Congratulations. Daniel Justiniano. Professor Maverick would like to wish you congratulations. He's confident you'll swim well through life, just like in swim class. Christian Kolbanoff. Professor Cockrell would like you to know he's always been impressed with your dedication to the soccer team, your perseverance, and your willingness to take on challenge. Congratulations, Kappa and the world are better because of who you are. To Nigel Lewis. Professor Norris would like you to know she's super proud of the plans you have made for your future and the commitment you have shown. She can't wait to hear of your successes. Now go make it happen. Niara Loperena. Professor Bystrak would like you to know your positive energy, laughter, and eagerness to lend a helping hand has brought so much joy to both our crew and the Kappa community as a whole. You will be missed, but we have no doubt that you will find happiness and success wherever you go. Misael Lopez. Professor Bystrak would like you to know you have always been so lucky to get to know someone who thinks as deeply and imagines the world as complexly as you. Change the world. She would also like to thank you for your extraordinary patience in trying to teach her the Rubik's Cube. Perla Marichal. Professor Bystrak would like you to know that she wants to be you when she grows up. You are such a hard worker and always have the kindest smile on your face. Never forget how smart you are and how powerful your voice is. Aaliyah Martin. Professor Paulson would like you to know he's so proud of you. Great job taking advantage of the chance to get a fresh start. Now you get to do it all over again in college with a totally blank slate, and he knows you are going to take full advantage. Amanda Matos. Professor Lambertson would like to say you did it. Congratulations. Angel Mejia. Professor Piven would like you to know she's so happy for you. Keep thinking and keep sharing your beautiful energy with the world. We need you. Erica Mendez. Professor Krantz would like you to know you have a fierce and loyal heart. She has been deeply humbled by the way you show up for those you love and by the bravery alive in all of your art. Those moments are true acts of heroism. May you leave those around you in perpetual standing ovation as you have left her. Mia Mercado. Professor Mateo would like you to continue with your big dreams. Everything is possible when it is visualized, planned, and acted on. Go and achieve all of your goals. Christopher Messon. Professor Maverick would like you to know he's proud of you. Life is like swim class. Everything can always be improved. Congratulations. Maria Miguel. Professor Beggs would like you to know your initiative, hard work, and determination are so impressive. She can't wait to see what you accomplish next. Hannah Mingo. Professor Kamanga would like to recognize you for your strength and determination. Wesley Molina. Professor Hart would like you to know you're a monster musician on both piano and percussion. You have a bright future ahead of you. He hopes it includes music making. Congrats. Jordy Morell. Professor Wang would like you to know you are funny, smart, and so very kind. Thank you for always bringing a smile to her face. It was such a pleasure being your teacher. Denise Murillo. Professor Pena would like you to know to never stop believing in yourself. You can go oh so very far. Tyler Mullins. Professor Mateo would like you to remember to always keep your big smile and positivity. She wishes you an amazing future. Louis Negron. Professor Cockrell would like you to know he's so proud of you for all you have achieved. He admires your sincerity and generosity and how you constantly reflect on who you are. The world truly benefits from your presence. Adriel Nunez. Professor Standish would like you to know you have forever left a footprint in her heart. It saddens her that her special and talented school son must go. However, she is excited to know that your name, Adriel Nunez, the man, the legend, will be associated with endless accomplishments. We are so proud of you. Congrats. Angelina Nunez. Professor McGrath would like you to know it has been amazing to witness your brilliance come out in class discussions in economics. He's really excited about your future success. Congratulations. Kinney Paredes. Professor Cockrell would like you to know you are truly a genuine person. He always saw and appreciated your sincerity and integrity. He is so proud of what you have accomplished. Noemi Pena Diaz. Professor Pena would like to thank you for being who you are. Thank you for having such a kind heart and for bringing us so many good times. He is very proud of you. Kayla Pinafore. Professor Cummings would like you to know having you on the newsletter team and in photography class this year has been a joy. It has been wonderful to witness your growth from a quiet student in her 10th grade ELA class to a self-assured, intelligent, talented, thoughtful young woman. She will really miss morning greetings from you and Alicia. You made the start of her day so much brighter. Good luck with your future endeavors. Maria Susie Peralta. Professor Van would like you to know we are so proud of you. Dedicated, motivated, and always willing to help out, Kappa is a better place because you were here. Jordi Policarpio. Professor Tan would like you to know you are truly an inspiration in the way you desire to know yourself and persevere through setbacks. Keep asking yourself those important questions and you will get the answers. Melanie Ponce. Professor Rinker would like you to know the growth you have shown from last year to this year is the reason why she teaches. She is so proud of all that you have accomplished, from graduation to completing IB. Never stop creating. You will only get better as time goes on. Brandon Rabouin. Professor Mateo would like you to keep it real like you always have. Go and make all your goals come true and remember that giving up is not for you. Vicente Ramirez. Professor Bystrak wants you to know she couldn't be more proud. It may not have always been easy, but you faced every challenge with a positive attitude and a smile, which is why she has no doubt you will find success in whatever you do. She's so happy to have been a small part of your journey. Casey Reinhardt. Professor Paulson wants you to know you did a great job staying focused on success. Set your sights on the highest goals in your life. There is no limit to what you can achieve. Jamie Reyes. Professor Bystrak would like you to know she is so honored to have gotten to know you this year. She admires your persistence, your determination, and the conviction with which you share your ideas with the world. Keep learning, growing, and never let anyone quiet your ferocity. Yeselin Reyes. Professor Cummings would like you to know she remembers being so impressed by your growth over the course of 10th grade and even more in her photography ELO. You have a keen eye for composition and a real talent for modeling. It was a joy to watch you come out of your shell and get to know you a little better. She hopes your confidence continues to grow and that others get to see how much you have to offer. Angel Rivera. Professor Canales would like you to know he's proud of you. He knows it wasn't easy, but you did it. Congratulations. Kiara Rivera. Professor Gruen would like to say thanks for your humor, tenacity, and willingness to help others. You show great engagement during remote learning. Thank you for sharing family fitness activities. You are an inspiration. Alicia Rojas Pinafore. Professor Krantz would like you to know your mind is on fire. You are the master designer of your story, and she knows you will continue to wow us all with your integrity, ingenuity, and drive to create and play. Keep making things and keep making things happen. She'll be in the wings rooting for you. Arturo Rojas. Professor McGrath would like to say thank you for bringing intelligence, humor, and positivity to the classroom. You are proof that being a good person matters. Best of luck. Jasmine Roman. Professor Pena would like you to know how proud he is of you. Thank you for being who you are, for always having a smile, and for continuing to keep going. Don't stop now. Egda Ronquillo. Professor Krantz would like you to know your brain and your heart are a gift to this world. Keep making wacky, wild, moving experiences for those lucky enough to be in your corner. All life is art, and with your continued generosity of spirit for yourself and others, you'll live out your greatest solo piece yet. Gratitude abundant for these years of learning and growing with you. Isabel Rosario. Dean Canals would like you to know he is so proud of you. You were able to do this before a lot of others. You are great. Keep on achieving greatness, and thanks for being such an amazing student. Heather Ann Rushford. Professor Gruen would like you to know she appreciates your kindness. You are a truly amazing person. Michelle Salgado. Professor Gruen would like you to know she is so proud of all that you have accomplished this year and the goals you've set for yourself in the future. You're going to do amazing things one day, and she admires your clear vision and determination. A woman who will one day rule the world. She will miss your dedication to swimming and lifeguarding. You are an example for many. Joham Sanchez. Professor Pena wants you to know he wishes he had 100 Johams in his class. You are truly a class act. Julio Sanchez. Professor Cummings would like you to know that the two of you spent quite a bit of time together, and she's sure you didn't always appreciate that. She hopes you know that she was hard on you because she saw so much potential in you. She always enjoyed seeing glimpses of the deep analytical thought and compassion that you so often hide. She hopes that your confidence grows and you recognize how much you have to offer. She'll miss seeing you around. Andres Santiago. Professor Malin would like you to know she's appreciated every conversation you've had, either in band class, the hallway, or senior seminar, because your combination of intellect and humor is fantastic. She's seriously looking forward to seeing what comes out of your brain in the future. She suggests writing a book. People will buy it. Jaslyn Sarante. Professor Amel would like you to know your vibe is excellent, and he feels privileged to have had you in class. Nicholas Shaw. Professor Green would like you to know he's going to miss your daily investigations with Andres. But more than that, your constant wit and your sense of humor. His lunch will never be the same once you're gone. He knows you'll do great in the adult world with all of that intelligence. Basaru Silla. Professor Cockrell would like to say congratulations. He's so proud of you and all that you've achieved. He sees and appreciates your creativity and honesty and admires that you stay true to yourself. Devin Silvestra. Professor Tan would like you to know she admires your creativity and how you're always thinking outside the box and asking deep questions. Stay curious. Shanice South. Professor Van would like you to know your determination and dedication can take you so far. Never stop fighting for your dreams. Sanjita Tan. Professor Tan would like you to know you've always graced her class with warmth and joy. She knows you will touch many people in your life ahead. You are the model student with a big heart and immense joy. Emily Toribio. Professor Pena would like you to know that he never doubted you. Thank you for always striving and caring about your work. He knows you will go far. Timothy Torres. Professor Beggs would like you to know your sense of humor and camaraderie will make you a welcome member in any classroom and workplace you enter. Congrats on your success and good luck in all of your adventures. Timothy L. Torres. Professor ML would like you to know you have matured immensely and he really enjoyed getting to teach you and see you in class. Mohamedou Touré. Professor Bystrak would like you to know she will miss your sleepy face in the back of the classroom. She has enjoyed getting to know you this year and will certainly miss you. She admires how hard you work and know it was challenging to balance everything this year, but your dedication to your commitments is part of what makes you so awesome. She knows you have an amazing future ahead of you and can't wait to hear all about it. Camila Valenzuela. Professor Tucker would like you to know that she has always appreciated your calm demeanor and thoughtful responses. Congratulations. Edinson Vargas. Professor Piven would like you to know that it has been a pleasure to see you grow in confidence and strength to own and be yourself. You are a special person and she wishes you all happiness and success. Smirklink Ventura Ramos. Professor Vanna still remembers your first days at Kappa, back in algebra class sitting next to Jay Andre. She feels so lucky to have gotten to spend some class time with you again as a senior. You are a poised and organized young woman, and she knows you will succeed wherever your academic or professional life takes you. Ashley Walker. Professor Van Etten would like you to know you may not have the loudest voice in the room, but your actions speak way louder than words. Thank you for being such a positive influence on the Kappa community. We will miss you. Javon Williams. Professor Gallum would like you to know he's beyond proud of you. He's always given you a hard time since the day he met you because he believes in you and sees your promise. You have excellence written all over you. He can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Renata Zika. Professor Mateo would like you to know she's very proud of you. Keep being who you are and making all of your dreams come true.